Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Super EZA Phys Goku Black did indeed drop today. He is rainbowed. I don't have him quite level 10 linked just yet, just because they have sped up releasing him on global. We do have big bad bosses at level 10 though, which is good. That way we can get that fat 25% attack and defense boost with no HP loss. And he is actually on the first rotation, which is really nice. How's he linked up? Pretty much perfect. Now, his starter turn numbers aren't going to look too impressive. I mean, they do look quite poo. But that's because most of his attack and defense, most of his stats will come from each key sphere obtained. Remember, he's getting 50% attack and defense per key sphere obtained. I'm hoping LR Fusion Zamasu doesn't do too much damage himself. We do get 6 key spheres, which is just automatically 300% attack and defense. 6 key spheres gets us 300% attack and defense. So 967k attack stat, 323k defense. Of course, there's nothing really to go with that defense. You know, there's no dodge, there's no damage reduction, there's no guard. But if we're getting 6 key spheres just kind of like that easily, that's a promising start. I said we got 300% attack and defense from just 6 key spheres. That was really easy to do. But that is only one turn. He does also get an additional defense plus 150 when attacking with 3 or more keys obtained, which of course we did get because we got 6. 6.8 million attack stat as well, which isn't too bad. Yeah, I'll take the additional though. Remember, no SA effect, so it's not like he's raising attack and defense on super at all. And then he does also randomly change key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres, and then gains an additional attack and defense plus 10% per key sphere obtained when there is a Goku's family category enemy, or when all allies attacking in the same turn are super boss category characters, which is another category you can put them on, but I don't actually have the Dokkan Fest Goku Black or the Dokkan Fest Rose that leads super bosses. However, I'm pretty sure my entire team is super bosses, right? Merge Zamasu, yes. LR Rose, yes. EZA AGL Zamasu, yes. Yeah, our whole team is super bosses anyway, so it's fine. We are actually getting that extra attack and defense plus 10% per key sphere, so that is completely fine. He also then does gain key plus 1 up to 5 and attack and defense plus 30% up to 150% with each stat received, which we did actually start building last turn where he got hit like once or twice. And he does gain 20% crit chance every time the character receives an attack 3 times in battle, which isn't too bad. You know, you're not really going to knock some extra damage or the potential of extra damage from crit chance, you know, on top of any dupes you may have in Goku Black. I mean, when did he come out? 2017. So it's probably highly likely you have dupes in him. EZA came out in 2019. So yeah, it's highly likely for a lot of you that have been playing for a while, that's going to be on top of the dupes you have in them. Also as well, he does randomly change key spheres of a certain type to Phys key spheres when there's a superclass enemy. Of course, we're not facing a superclass enemy right now, so we're not getting that double orb changing from him, which is actually what's going to help him get a ton of attack and defense in one turn. But what can you do? I mean, right now on global, you're probably not going to be able to get him to his best, as I said, really utilizing that double orb changing, just because we don't really have any difficult superclass enemies. Not until the 9th anniversary drops. But then once that does drop and you are facing Gogeta Blues, Beast Gohan, Sword of Hope Trunks, this man's going to have double orb changing. So that 300% that he got so easily in the first turn, he's going to continue to get that and even more once you're facing a superclass enemy. You'll be getting a ton of key spheres so easily with him. Right now, as I said, on global, can't really do that too much, but 9 key spheres for us right now, so that's 450% attack and defense, and then the extra 10% attack and defense for having all super boss category enemies, sorry, super boss category allies in the same turn. So 1.65 million attack stat, 574k defense. It's decent. It's pretty decent, and on top of that, he's also supporting extreme class allies with key plus 3 and defense plus 30%. It's good. It's very, very solid. You know, if I really wanted to, I could actually put, I'm pretty sure, I'm actually going to check just to be sure. LR Fusion Zamasu leads Worldwide Chaos. Doesn't Worldwide Chaos also have Fizboo in it? As soon as I say Fizboo, I'm pretty sure you know exactly who I'm talking about. Super EZA Fizboo. Yeah. If I really wanted to, I just felt like running a full Rose Zamasu Goku Black team. I could actually couple up Goku Black support with Super Fizz EZA or Super EZA Fizz Kid Buu support, and also have Goku Black benefit from Kid Buu's EZA as well. That is actually a pretty decent thing you can do. Of course, that means you won't have all Super Boss enemies, Super Boss allies in the same turn. But that is something pretty decent you could do. Doubling up that support for everyone else, nice. Getting all that support for Super EZA Fizz Kid Buu, also for Goku Black, very nice. He's a decent Super EZA. I don't know why a lot of people were shitting on him, but I suppose that's what a lot of the community does before a unit actually drops or before an EZA drops. And then once you actually get to use them, people start to, you know, come to their senses. I said right now on Global, he doesn't look as good as he possibly can, just because, again, we don't have any superclass enemies. So he doesn't have that double orb changing where we're getting like tons and tons and tons of key spheres for him, where he gets like a ridiculous amount of attack and defense each turn. Because remember, that's 50% attack and defense per key sphere. But 8 key spheres this time, or 8 key spheres again, or maybe one less, but 1.85 million attack stats, 644k defense. It's good. As I said, once we get that, and I never remember the actual name of the event, but once we get that 9th anniversary content where there is common superclass enemies, as I said, Beast Gohan, Gogeta Blue, Sword of Hope Trunks, once that comes out on Global, you're going to be able to fully utilize that double orb changing, the rainbow key sphere orb changing, the certain types, the fizz key spheres. Can you imagine how many key spheres Goku Black's going to be getting once that comes out? I mean, you can already see what he's doing on JP, obviously. But he'll be getting a ton of key spheres. He's getting, what we've seen so far, 2 8s and a 9. And this is just based off of his changing key spheres to rainbow key spheres. So he's actually going to get better. In literally less than a month's time, Goku Black is actually going to get a bit better. Which I'm entirely here for. I'm entirely here for. You know how much I love Rose and Goku Black. But right now, he's consistently got 8 key spheres. 8 or 9 key spheres right now. He's consistently got on every appearance. Don't get me wrong, with this type of orb changing, there is RNG attached to it, so there is going to be a rotation, there is going to be a turn, where you may only get 6, you may get a little bit less than that because you get quite unlucky. But naturally, that will happen with these kind of units. We've seen it for years. But as I said, in less than a month, Goku Black will actually get better on Global when you are commonly facing superclass enemies. Or at least superclass enemies where it matters. Like actual difficult superclass enemies. So I'm all here for that. But overall, very, very solid Super EZA. Very, very solid. As I said, support for the extreme types. You can double him up with Kid Buu support. He can benefit from Kid Buu support. He's doing some solid damage. I mean, purely again from the orb changing he's getting right now from the just changing rainbow key spheres. He's getting a decent amount of key spheres. As I said, we've seen over 1 million attack and 500, 600k defense each time he's done it. I would give him all of those key spheres, but I'm not going to slap him in slot 1. So, I mean, I'm here for it. Now we can see what he has or how he's rocking with the domain. How much do we get him there? Like 6, 7? 1.85, 707k defense. Like, I know 700k defense, which is crazy to think right now. Crazy to say. In Dokkan, 700k defense right now isn't a lot. When it comes to normals, he should be fine. Again, once he super attacks, should be fine. Because getting him 3 or more key spheres to get the 150% defense, of course, that doesn't kick in until he attacks. But getting 3 key spheres in general for that, very easy to do. Purely with just his rainbow orb changing as well. Was that like 13 mil? I think it was. I think it was like 13 mil. Has he still not finished building up either? I saw his attack and defense going up. Has he still not built up the full 150% attack and defense? It's like, that's wild. What have you been doing? But yeah, even with just that, he's still getting a decent amount of orbs. As I said, normals, from normals right now, he actually tanks, I think, almost everyone's normals in the game, if not all of them. But then typically, he's probably going to be in slot 3 anyway, just so you can utilize that extreme class support that he gives. So it's not like he'll be on main rotation regardless. I mean, he could definitely do it from what I'm seeing. I said, most of the time, he's probably going to be in slot 3, just so you can utilize his support. Like, fully. But then once he gets that orb changing for Fizz Keys Fizz when you're facing a superclass enemy, Goku Black is going to be getting a ton of Keys Fizz so easily. So that 7, 8, 9 we've been seeing on average, probably easy going to got like 10, 12 Keys Fizz at least minimum, which is mad, which means the 700k defense we've been seeing is probably going to easily be up to like a mil plus. Especially once he attacks and gets the extra 150% defense for 3 Keys Fizz or more. And that's all without guard, damage reduction, or dodge. Like, I know that's a big thing to have in units kits nowadays, and I know Goku Black pretty much relies on sheer stats, but not every single unit in the game is supposed to be able to tank the hardest super attack, which we're talking crazy numbers nowadays. 1.7, 1.8 million, close to 2 mil. You know, not every unit in the game is supposed to tank that for literally nothing. Like, it's not supposed to be like that. So for him to, for just sheer stats, to be able to tank as well as he does, as I said, and right now he's not even at his full potential yet. 900k, okay, he definitely wasn't fully built up, but 900k defense. Again, we haven't even got his like full orb changing in yet. So this 7, 8 Keys Fizz we've been getting on average is nothing. 18 mil attack stat as well. Yeah, what were you guys talking about on JP just before he come out? What do you mean? I was seeing people saying, oh yeah, this is probably going to be the first fumble of a Super Easy 8. No. No, are you stupid? No. I'm seeing Goku Black right now purely relying on randomly changing Keys Fizz to just Rainbow Keys Fizz. And this man has 900k defense. Does it tank every super attack in the game right now on Global? No. Does every unit have to do that? No. Not every unit is going to tank for double digits, but 18 mil on super, 900k defense, and we're still yet to be able to use his Fizz Orb changing for facing superclass enemies, which means he's going to easily have a remil defense. And if you use items, he'll be fine. If you don't, fair enough, but with an item, he'll be fine. He's sick. I don't know what you guys were talking about. This is why you wait for a unit or an EZA to drop before you start making judgment. He's sick. He's sick. I can't wait to try him out in the 9th anniversary content. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Have a great day. And peace.